When it was announced that Humphrey Bogart and Ava Gardner were going to be working together in this film, everybody thought the two of them would become great pals because she seemed like his kind of woman. But the opposite happened. They didn't get along at all. According to Ava, Bogart constantly needled her and talked down to her, starting with the very first day of shooting when Bogart stopped at one point and yelled at the director, Joseph Mankiewicz, "Can you tell this dame to speak up? I can't hear a damn word she says." And after that, there was constant ice between the two of them, except when the cameras were rolling. Up next, our night of films from the Mankiewicz brothers continues with a movie you may have heard of before, From the Typewriter of Herman Mankiewicz, a story about a man named Charles Foster Kane.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Joseph and Herman Mankiewicz are in the spotlight. First, screenwriter Herman pens a scathing satire on publisher William Randolph Hearst in Citizen Kane. Then writer-director Joseph rallies the Romans in his adaptation of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. And Herman scripts a dramatic account of baseball giant Lou Gehrig's life career as the pride of the Yankees. Now, the bases are loaded tonight here on Turner Classic Movies.
Make time for the movies that matter, the movies that have always mattered, the movies that stay with you, because that's what the great ones do. The Essentials, Sunday nights at 6 on Turner Classic Movies. Here's your chance to watch The Essentials the way they were meant to be seen, in your own private screening room. Turner Classic Movies presents The Essential Screening Room Sweepstakes. Grand prize is a custom-built screening room for your home, designed by Theo Kalamarakis, one of the world's premier designers of home theaters. The winner will also get a signed copy of his new book, Great Escapes, and a collection of legendary classics for the first time on DVD from Warner Home Video. To enter, go to TurnerClassicMovies.com or your local Barnes & Noble bookseller. Only those stores with a music and DVD department. Look for TCM's Essentials DVD display and sweepstakes box and pick up an Essentials viewing guide. These are movies worth your time because they've stood the test of time. Make time to enter. TCM's Essentials Screening Room Sweepstakes, only from Turner Classic Movies.
Approaching the opposite sex? Are feelings of obsession overwhelming you? Does apprehension and self-pity make everyday activities troubling? Break the cycle of self-medication. Ask your doctor about star of the month James Mason, 15 films, Wednesdays at 8. For the refined elegance and debonair charm you desire. Side effects may include bad judgment, lofty arrogance, and self-destructive behavior. Is the insanity of the world too much for you to bear? Do you have trouble controlling your drinking? And a tremendous desire to give up? Don't waste another day. Ask your doctor about a free trial of Movie Spoofs, 13 films, Fridays at 8. To release your inhibitions and give you a reason to celebrate. Risks include danger, stupidity, and too much fun. Do you like the way your mirror's looking back at you? Are you haunted by excessive vanity or self-loathing? Stabilize your ego with an evening of mirror images, Sunday, September 21st at 8. Confusion, dizziness, and vertigo may occur. Start living life to the fullest. This month on Turner Classic Movies. Use only as directed.
Come one, come all, we're gonna have a ball. Just leave your cares and woes and let your troubles fall. You'll find a starry sky behind that cloud you're under. It's such a perfect time for one real wonder.
This is Rome, the so-called Eternal City, where the historic Tiber peacefully winds its way, and the glory of yesterday forms a supporting background to the somewhat bewildering confusion of today. Rome itself contains enough treasures of art and history to occupy our time indefinitely, but we will content ourselves with only a few highlights, beginning with the Tiber River, which is perhaps the oldest moving thing in all of Italy. In the course of its meandering through the city, the Tiber flows under many historic bridges, not the least of which is the Ponte San Angelo, with its 10 statues of angels, leading to the castle of San Angelo, a Roman citadel since the 10th century. Here in the Piazza Venezia stands the monument to Victor Emmanuel II, where also is buried Italy's unknown soldier of the First World War. The Roman Forum was the heart of the mighty empire of the Caesars, as well as the source of an unrivaled system of jurisprudence, which has become the model of every modern nation. Even in ruins, the Forum of the ancient Romans is a fitting symbol of the glory that was Rome. In 312 AD, the Emperor Constantine was converted to Christianity, and that notable event was commemorated by this triumphal arch. The most colossal of all the Roman ruins is the great amphitheater, also known as the Colosseum, built 19 centuries ago by Jewish prisoners who were taken at the fall of Jerusalem during the reign of the Emperor Vespasian. In strange contrast to the Colosseum, where Christians were once thrown to roaring lions for the amusement of pagan Rome, is this world-renowned institution known as St. Peter's, where a Christian pope now holds spiritual dominion over all of Roman Catholic Christendom. The buildings on the right form the Vatican, in which the pope resides. Traveling over the road from Rome to Assisi, we pass through fertile valleys that are filled with the fragrances of spring. And along the road, we are particularly impressed by the famous white oxen of Tuscany, a special breed that flourishes in this part of Italy. Draft cattle of Tuscany are remarkable for their size, strength, and docility. They are much preferred to horses as farm animals, for when they have served their usefulness on the highways and in the fields, they may furnish roasts for the peasant's table. For centuries, the Italian farmers have planted the soil as they do today. And although more modern methods are being introduced, the transition does not appear to be very popular. And now we behold the picturesque old town of Assisi, made famous by a young man who came to be known as St. Francis of Assisi, founder of the Franciscan order. His mortal remains lie buried beneath this church, to which come devout pilgrims from all parts of the Roman Catholic world. Some historians claim that the life of St. Francis of Assisi came nearer to that of Jesus than any other Christian disciple. The town of Assisi itself is steeped in the memory of St. Francis, who was born here in 1182, the son of a rich merchant. Centuries before St. Francis, however, Assisi was a wealthy and important Roman colony. As in all the older towns of rural Italy, the public fountain is a popular meeting place, where the gossip of the village is rampant. And all who do not show up are apt to be shown up. The shops of Assisi sell the homely wares of the countryside, and they naturally feature religious mementos of every kind and description. Devout pilgrims journey here from all parts of Europe. This one seems to be having a little difficulty with his camera. En route to the town of Pisa, we are fascinated again by the rustic beauty of the country. In the hills of Tuscany, the farmers plant trees in their fields to serve as living supports for grapevines. Above all, Tuscany is known for its vineyards, and the cultivation is done partly by the old-fashioned method of festooning the vines from tree to tree in this manner. The famous Chianti wine derives its name from this district. And now we come to one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This famous freak of architecture was begun in 1173 AD and completed in 1350. It commenced to lean during construction, owing to clay in the soil, which gradually gave way on one side until it was 16 feet out of perpendicular. It is still sinking at a very slow rate. Galileo dropped objects from its leaning side and so evolved the law of the velocity of falling bodies. Vying with the Tower of Pisa is a famous landmark known as the Cathedral of Florence, dating back to the early part of the 15th century. The baptistry of this renowned cathedral is noted for its famous bronze doors, which Michelangelo declared to be fit for the gates of paradise. Each panel represents an event in the Old Testament. Ghiberti occupied himself for 27 years in the modeling of these doors, and for 5 centuries they have been a source of inspiration to generations of successive artists. Spanning the River Arno is the Ponte Vecchio, the oldest bridge in Florence, and it still provides safe passage for the city's traffic, although its ramparts were bombed during World War II. Under the cover of this old bridge once passed such illustrious immortals as Dante, Galileo, Petrarch, Cellini, Michelangelo, and countless other men of genius. And so goes the pageantry of Italy's immortal landmarks, which have been a source of inspiration to countless generations and continue to be a tribute to the creative genius of her famous artists whose names have emblazoned the pages of history.
This Week in Hollywood History!
This Week in Hollywood History. 1925, The Phantom of the Opera, starring Lon Chaney, premieres at the Astor Theater in New York City. It'll scare up a lot of tickets at the box office. 1933, the Hollywood trade publication Daily Variety hits newsstands for the first time. Extra, extra, indeed. 1975, after 2.5 months in theaters, Jaws becomes the highest-grossing movie of all time. That's what I call taking a bite out of the box office. And so it was this week in Hollywood history.
Shopping for a great movie shouldn't be a chore, and your entertainment choices are fully stocked when you meander through the aisles of Turner Classic Movies' Now Playing Program Guide. Each issue has a complete movie schedule with a description of each film and runtimes to help you make your choice. You'll get TCM host and film historian Robert Osborne's special selection for the month. No matter what your taste, sexy or cool, we've got your flavor. Sample our weekly specials showcased in the This Month on TCM spread. Our alphabetical movie listings will make your shopping list grow. Learn about vintage Hollywood history. You'll become a more educated shopper. Test your movie trivia. Play our crossword puzzle. Forget coupons. Save big by winning prizes through our TCM sweepstakes. It's all within an arm's reach. To order, call 1-800-TCM-1002 or go to TurnerClassicMovies.com. Only $11.95 for 12 issues. It's always fresh, always affordable. Write to Now Playing, P.O. Box 420933, Palm Coast, Florida 321420933. There's something for everyone on every aisle. Check it out. It's Turner Classic Movies Now Playing Program Guide. This kind of quality and savings can't be beat.
Grace Kelly, Spencer Tracy.
Manila. Typical Hollywood story.
Damn good actress.
I was a medical soldier first, and then I became an officer, and we ran hospitals. And one of the places was in southern France, in Nice, where I first met Rita. When I saw Rita, I flashed back to her sitting on the bed in the Life magazine photo, but I thought, that's Rita Hayworth. I asked her to come and have lunch with me 2 or 3 times, and we'd sit in the outdoors. We loved to watch people walk by, and we'd play a game of each one trying to think of the profession of that person as they walked by. Oh, no, that lady's a hairdresser. Oh, this man is really in the French mafia. You know, we'd make up stories. When you actually meet the person in the flesh, alive, you think back to all that you've seen in the movies and the dancing and the Life magazine, and there she is sitting at a table with you having a little coffee and buns and watching people walk by. I felt very much at home with her.
Make yourself at home with Rita Hayworth. Our Night of the Legendary Beauty begins Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with our TCM original documentary, Rita, only on Turner Classic Movies.
In the world we live in today, you may need a little something to get by. For when you're feeling alone, you can't say or do anything right. Break the cycle. Let loose your inhibitions. Ask your doctor if movie spoofs are right for you. 13 films. Fridays in September. Completely commercial-free. Only on Turner Classic Movies.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We're spending time with the Mankiewicz brothers tonight, Herman and Joseph, the grandfather and great-uncle of Ben Mankiewicz, who's going to be joining us here on Turner Classic Movies this coming Saturday afternoon to host some of our daytime weekend films. Now, Joe Mankiewicz wrote, produced, and directed our last movie. Herman Mankiewicz co-wrote the film we have coming up next. It's Citizen Kane from RKO in 1941, and a film that's considered by many to be the finest movie ever made. Now, most of the credit for that goes, of course, to Orson Welles, and deservedly so. He produced it, directed it, and stars in it, all of which he did while he was only in his mid-20s and had never made a feature-length film before. Orson also co-wrote the script with Herman Mankiewicz, and that credit has been a source of controversy ever since. Now, so much has been written and speculated and argued about who did what. What actually transpired isn't easy to discern at this point, but the bottom line is Orson Welles couldn't have made this movie had Herman Mankiewicz not had the initial idea for it. And Herman would never have seen his idea made into a film had he not pitched it to Orson Welles. And even if Herman found another filmmaker to make it, it's doubtful we'd be talking about that film now. And if Herman hadn't contributed what he did, the same may be true. But what is a fact, though, is that it's a magnificent piece of filmmaking, and it earned Herman Mankiewicz and Orson Welles each an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Here it is from 1941, a great film thanks to the combined efforts of a great many talented people. Citizen Kane.
Maybe I was what you nowadays call a stooge, huh?
Everything was his idea. Except my leaving him.
I've got his trunk all packed. I've had it packed for a week now.
Sometimes I think I'd prefer a rival of flesh and blood.
Well, you're going to need more than one lesson. You're going to get more than one lesson.
Oh. Who's a busy man? Me? I'm chairman of the board. I got nothing but time. What do you want to know?
Well, Mr. Bernstein, we thought maybe if we could find out what he meant by his last words as he was dying.
Sentimental fella, aren't you? Yes and no.
I think it would be fun to run a newspaper. I think it would be fun to run a newspaper.
The man who photographed this movie, Greg Toland, early on had said, "I want to work with somebody who's never made a movie before." He said that's the only way to learn anything. And soon after he got his wish with Orson Welles, who heretofore had not directed a feature film, but had a great sense of drama, knew no fear, and liked pushing the envelope, which he did with Citizen Kane. The two men worked very well together on this film, and Welles was forever grateful for Toland's help in getting him through this project. Up next, our night of films from the Mankiewicz brothers continues with Joseph Mankiewicz doing Shakespeare, with Marlon Brando as his Mark Antony.
Welcome to Turner Classic Movies, open all night. Marlon Brando is the noblest Roman of them all in Julius Caesar. Then Gary Cooper hits a home run as baseball's Lou Gehrig in The Pride of the Yankees. And Bebe Daniels tries to hide her hideous crimes as a dangerous female. Turner Classic Movies is keeping dangerous company all night. She was called the Love Goddess. A sensual beauty who glided across the screen, igniting endless desire. Men were her puppets, chained to her by lust. But her erotic image was a veil that hid a shy and insecure woman. Her dreams of true love were hanging by a thread. TCM presents Rita, a world premiere original documentary. Narrated by Kim Basinger. Premiering Tuesday at 8 p.m. with an encore at 11 p.m. Completely commercial-free on Turner Classic Movies.
Approaching the opposite sex? Are feelings of obsession overwhelming you? Does apprehension and self-pity make everyday activities troubling? Break the cycle of self-medication. Ask your doctor about star of the month James Mason. 15 films, Wednesdays at 8. for the refined elegance and debonair charm you desire. Side effects may include bad judgment, lofty arrogance, and self-destructive behavior. Is the insanity of the world too much for you to bear? Do you have trouble controlling your drinking? And a tremendous desire to give up? Don't waste another day. Ask your doctor about a free trial of movie spoofs. 13 films, Fridays at 8. To release your inhibitions and give you a reason to celebrate. Risks include danger, stupidity, and too much fun. Do you like the way your mirror's looking back at you? Are you haunted by excessive vanity or self-loathing? Stabilize your ego with an evening of mirror images, Sunday, September 21st at 8. Confusion, dizziness, and vertigo may occur. Start living life to the fullest. This month on Turner Classic Movies. Use only as directed.